is up? What is up, y'all? I don't know why my lighting looks. I guess my lighting looks fine. What is up? Gonna wait until a few more people end up coming in here. So you are waiting. Oh, while I am here. I am here. What is up, picture? Currently we're gonna be making this little mini project, and if I can get it done in time, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of a sneak peek of a little plan that I want to do with JavaScript, which eventually I will be building on live at some point whenever I get into it. But I'm just trying to see, because I need to know everything that really is going to come with it to see if I know it or could build it, you know, because some people say that it's a hard little game type of thing to build. So we're going to see. But I'm definitely going to wait till the end of the stream to start planning it. But today, we have a nice little fun game project to make, which I was having fun playing it, honestly. Coming up with a different bunch of set rules for something random, honestly. So, let's just jump right up into this. We have this whack-a-mole game. Alright, and this, honestly, is super fun. Obviously, this code here is for reference. We're not going to use this code. I didn't write this code, but it's simply for reference. Since I'm using media features also for clients, when I plan on making my next websites, yes, I'm going to be using media features. But for the website that I'm making right now, that is for a mock client, so I'm not doing the media features for that website, but I will be doing it for my next website. And I will be making an episode about that when I do it. But obviously, I didn't write this code at all. I think I should zoom in. Oh shoot, sorry. My phone is propped up so I can read some text. Where's my plus? Oh, here we go. So y'all can see it a little bit more clearly. Let me zoom in a little bit. And so this is all the code that we got here, and we're about to go and play the game. You said, can you build a portfolio? Eventually, I will be building a portfolio. I just personally feel like right now, because I really have, oh damn, it's starting. But I really have like nothing to really offer, or just I'm not really applying for jobs or anything. I feel like for me, I don't want to make a portfolio when it's not needed yet, if that makes sense. But this game is pretty damn sick. I wanted to add like a reset button, but that's probably going to be for like the future of it. And then I kind of want the colors to be blue. I don't know why, but I love making it blue. If you haven't noticed, I do it for my live streams text. Let me see if I can find the square. Because I kind of want my square to be blue. I'm not going to lie. Now let's see how that looks. Let's see how that looks. Oh, yes. This is what I'm talking about. Damn, it's moving quick as hell. They can't give me a minute. Okay, we're up in here. Let's get it. Let's get it. And yes, I added a picture of me. I thought it would have been funny to put myself as the mole. But this is basically what we're going to end up creating. We're going to get rid of the JavaScript, though. And we're just going to be playing this whack-a-mole game. I currently just added this. It doesn't have to be game over at 10. Honestly, if I wanted to switch that, I think all I would have to do is... Where did I add this at? I think it's somewhere here. It says reset, so you can't double-click a mole. Oh, okay. So somewhere here, so if I wanted it to be like 30, I guess that would work. So now we could push the game to 30 whack-a-moles. Gotta get them. I honestly think this is super sick. Like the fact that they know like the square disappears, this square pops in at the same length, and then it like knows when you click it to add a point. Like that, this is pretty damn sick. It's really good for trying to get clicks down. It stays there for dumb long. I'm just gonna double click. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was gonna see how much I can get. Okay, so now we're at 30. So that's pretty damn good. Okay, so now we're going to close this out, and then let's go in, because this is going to be our reference code. So let's close this out, and we'll come back to this if needed. I don't know how to close it out, though. Oh, okay. We'll come back to this if needed. Now, let's go and do this on our own, but does Marzi know how to start? We'll have to see. I actually have no notes getting into this. Like I have a little bit of notes, but I don't have steps like how I had before. So we're just going to jump into this code. Isn't this, this is going to be scary, but you know what? We just got to do what we got to do. Make sure y'all end up leaving a like. Make sure y'all leave some hearts in the stream. Make sure y'all keep commenting. That pushes out the stream for engagement. So you know where you should use the whack-a-mole game in future for error messages in server or loading screen to hold your user's attentive interacted. Oh, that actually is pretty dope. That actually is a pretty dope idea. Okay, so let's go. So we gotta declare the squares here. And it's because, well, I don't know if I should declare it as square or squares. I think I'm gonna go with square. But it's because we have to, where is it at? Yeah, we gotta get all of these squares. And so because of that, we have to do a query selector. Because we gotta make sure we're getting all of the squares here. So queries, if I can spell, query selector. Do I do query selector all or just query selector? I think I'll have to do query selector all because I think query selector just gets one. So query selector all, and then it should just be square with no S. That's amazing. And then next we got to declare another variable, which I believe should be not grid. It should be score. I know score is definitely one of them. But then we also need to declare variables that aren't going to be here. They're just going to be declared for future reference, so like a time. So I think it needs to be like, we could start with score and do like score equals 0, of course. Because, and this needs to be let because this needs to change. So I got to stop using const and switch to let. Oh my goodness, that would have ruined everything. On to the next one, we have to do, let me think. We would have to declare something that isn't here, I believe. So, not too positive. Because I know we got to declare a time. We got to declare probably where the mole is going to be, right? Or not the mole where it's going to be, but like the mole timer. You know, because the mole is being moved at different times. So there's going to be a mole timer. There's going to be a... I think that's... Because I feel like I know that one. There's going to be a mole timer, doesn't really need a declaration. Then there's going to be, is it called like no, not an interval timer. There's another timer that's supposed to be at the bottom. I just don't know what to call it. Like, should I just call it timer? No. And then I believe there's supposed to be another one where it's like, you got, I believe... What is this supposed to be? Is it like hit position? Because I think this is supposed to be the position of the mole. And then it's supposed to be like let... Is it... I could just go for timer. Like, what if I just went timer? Am I going to use something like that soon? Oh, I mean, I guess I could do timer ID. I wasn't thinking that that was going to pop up. So I guess we could go timer ID. Hey, what is up, Goku? What's up, Goku? So, alright, I'm learning Bootstrap today. Never hover through the entire document. Wait, hold on. Oh, so, alright, I'm learning Bootstrap today. Gonna hover through the entire document. Hey, that's what's up. But what's up, Goku? What is up, Goku? Glad you were able to join today. Oh my gosh, my glasses are so, like... I mean, I don't have glasses right now, so me trying to see y'all text, I have to, like, lean in for real, man. Oh my goodness. So now we immediately got to jump into a function. And this function needs to be how we... Not get element ID. No, this function is supposed to be... I think I took a couple of notes. Let me see. Because I have a couple of notes of how this is supposed to go, but it's only a little bit. I didn't finish it. So what are you building today? I'm building a whack-a-mole game. If you guys were... Oh, wait, no, I don't think you guys were here in the beginning, but I played it just a little bit. But we're going to be building this whack-a-mole game, and it's going to be super damn good. Super fun. So I guess we're doing random square here, because we got to signify that this is going to be a random square. Now, this exact function is going to be difficult. You say, yo, what's up? Oh, what's up, Iron? What is up, Iron? I don't know if I said hi or if I said what's up to you or not. So now from here, this is where things get a little bit tricky. Because I'm used to, you know, having my little step 1, step 2, step 3. So now I'm just sitting here trying to think. Sitting here just trying to think. And this one's probably going to be the toughest one for me to have to end up doing. I'm trying to see with the notes that I do have I have anything that may help me here? Because I know eventually I got to do a math.random, a math.floor. Like, I already know eventually that's going to come in. That's probably where the easiest part is going to be. But when it's coming to this specific part here, I am not positive. I feel like it's probably something I didn't learn. But I'm assuming it's going to have to be something with squares up here. because if we're trying to get it to be a random function squared, we're going to have to make it to where, that's why I know math.random and math.floor are going to pop in, because you got to put the 9, which makes it 8, and then obviously the extra 1 is going to be where the mole is. So there's a lot going on here. So we got to go squares, I'm assuming, and then is it like dot for each? Is that how that's supposed to go? You said it's a whack-a-marzy? No, facts. I did put a picture of myself, y'all, so it's really whack-a-marzy. You're thinking to learn Git and GitHub today. Hey, that's what's up, man. Probably should. Honestly, I think I've heard plenty of people say that is a really good thing to like put inside of your to put inside of your, what is it called? Yeah, learn. Basically, like RC said, learn it. Because I had to learn Git the other day. Or wait, which one is it? Because I don't think I had GitHub. I think I downloaded Git. So I had to learn Git the other day to help with something. But just to use the perks of GitHub Copilot. No, facts. Big facts, man. So now the only thing I can remember is that I remember seeing something. Oh, they're actually writing it for me. They're doing the square to the right. So they're basically telling me what's supposed to be in here. Low key. But it has, this arrow. But I think I'm supposed to go, am I doing squares and then doing the arrow? Or am I tripping? Am I doing squares and then doing the arrow? Oh, actually, no, I think I'm supposed to be targeting square. Because square, yeah, so square, and then you're doing the arrow. And then from here, this is where I'm not positive no more. This is where I'm not positive. You said, learn, so it's just to use, learn GitHub, SLI, especially. Oh. Says, is it hot where you are? It's like 100 degrees for me. For me, it currently, actually, you know what? I haven't been outside. I have my AC on. So it's like, for me, I have not been outside. So I don't know. I'm actually really cold. But alright, so we got this square going on here. Now, we got this arrow. What are we supposed to do? I'm pretty sure because we put it in a for each, we're supposed to drop it down. But I don't know. Because I think currently what we're trying to do is we're trying to write this function to randomly show a mole, but then we're trying to remove the mole from all of the squares. So now this piece of code is supposed to specifically remove the mole from all of these squares. How is this going to end up happening? Honestly, I think we're going to have to look at what it is. The class list for the mole. Do we even make a mole? Let me see, because we have square, we have dot mole somewhere. I don't have mole in here. Do I? It's just at the bottom. I don't see mole here, so I guess we just have it here. So, okay, so we're going to have to, oh yeah, because it's just a picture. So we're going to have to contact inside of CSS. Which I believe to do that, you just do class list, right? So I would do like square dot class list dot add. And then I think from here, we have to add, oh wait, do I put it in here or do I put it in the parentheses? I think it's a parentheses. And then you have to add the mole from basically CSS, right? Because there's no mole here. So then you get the mole from here. And what you're trying to do is get it to, like I've stated, is that you're trying to remove the mole from all the squares. Because I guess right now, if I don't write that code, actually, wait, hold on, because I think I wrote it already. Or no. Because what does it mean to remove it as if the mole is just there? Okay, you know what? I guess I misunderstood. I misunderstood here, but it's okay. So then that should be the end of that. Next, we got to, I think it's supposed to be written in between here. Now we finally get into the, what is it called? The, math.random eventually. Says you're lucky. You said 100 degrees for me too, barely surviving. Let me see how hot it is. My AC is just blowing, so I really don't know. Okay, never mind. I guess my weather app is acting up. It says it's 65 degrees for me. 65 degrees and it's cloudy outside. Says lucky, I would rather be cold, not hot, because I don't have an AC in my room. I have a door because I live in it. My mom's dining room. Oh, damn. No, yeah, we have a AC here, but sometimes the AC don't be working. But surprisingly today it is, but it's probably working because it's not even hot. Like, it's normally on the days where it really be hot. It don't work like that. I have to like open the door to get to be cold in this room. Like it works for the living room, but when I'm over here, it don't be working. All right, so let me see. But I think I'm just cold because it's cold outside, at least for me. So now we got to declare variable where we're going to do math.random, math.floor, but I guess we're going to have to probably call this, because we already have random square, so why would we declare variable? Should I declare the variable random square as well? Should I declare the variable random square as well? Am I able to do that? Random square? I feel like I am. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow here. So now we already know what to do because we already got math.random. So we're going squares. I'm going to put that in here, I think. Yeah, put that in here. We're going to go math.floor. Close that. Math.random. Open that. And then you go times 9 because we got to make sure at least 8 because this is going to do 0 to 8. Oof. Well, math.floor is giving you the is rounding it down an integer. Math.random is making it an integer, a number of 0 to 1, but that's allowing decimals. But when you do the times 9, it's 0 to 8. But it would still include decimals, which is why you need the math.floor to jump in. I honestly was afraid to learn math.random, and now that I'm realizing, like, math.random is not hard, like, whatsoever, at all. So, now we're gonna have to do the same thing, I guess, with another class list, but do we have to do it from the same spot? Because I guess our goal now is to add the mole to a random square. So I guess, right? Because then you would have to get the mole from here. And then you would have to write something to, like, get the moles to be in a certain place or something like that. I believe. I'm not positive, man. I wish I took more notes on it because the struggle is real. The struggle is real. But I think the problem was that I didn't expect, because, like, before I went to sleep, everybody voted for, like, doing the JavaScript, certification. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna hop on here. I'm gonna get to the JavaScript certification. Next thing later, I wake up, it's like people want to see a project. I'm like, damn, I gotta give them what they want. You know what I mean? I gotta give them what they want. So that was just crazy. So we gotta go random square, and then I guess we're doing class list, I believe. Yeah, no, yeah, we're basically doing the same thing. Because now we just need to add the mole again. We need to add the mole again. Wait, or do we still do add? I believe so. Yeah, you add the mole again. And then I need to do something with the moles in its current position, which is confusing. But maybe it's not too confusing because we did just declare a variable at the top. We already got mole here. So maybe it shouldn't be that hard. Okay. Because I'm assuming because hit position means the mole's position. But then I'm doing hit position to what? Hit position to what is where I'm kind of like a little bit lost at. Make sure y'all end up hitting that like button if you're new here, man. Hit that subscribe button. Come join me on my journey. I've been documenting my journey from day 0 all the way up until day now, which is like, what, 125? We just made about 4 months of learning how to code. Currently, I'm coding this mini project, and eventually I'm going to pre-plan a large project if I can finish this on time. And by the looks of it, who knows, right? Who knows? But make sure y'all end up hitting that sub button. Please join me on this journey, man. It is pretty damn lit over here. So we're going to have to go hit position, I'm assuming. And then hit position equals what? I don't know if it's going to be random square, if it's going to be square something. Random square. Where is my pen? Honestly, no. Where is my pen? Because that is crazy. How did I just lose my pen? This is absurd. Whatever. I guess I'll grab a new one, but this probably isn't even going to be new. So I'm trying to see if I could. I just want to write this down real quick to see my thought process. It says JS makes me cry. Trust me, it makes me cry too. It makes me cry too. But we need to do something with this. Stores the mole's position. So I don't know if I just leave it like this. Is there something that's supposed to be written? I think it's supposed to be like this. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see as I keep going. Hopefully it'll point out to me where if I go wrong there. It says, have you made a swipe in Java? I currently never use Java. Never, never, never. I've used JavaScript. Never used Java. So now we need to create a function that ends up handling the clicks. So this is going to be fun for me. I love me a little bit of an easy add event listener. So we got to go squares, and then we got to do basically the same thing we did at the top where we do for each, because we're trying to target multiple squares. So you got to do square for each, doing your little arrow, drop this down, and then inside of this is when we're going to do the add event listener. I love me a little add event listener, and we're doing it to the square, of course, because that's what you're going to be clicking. Wait, I think, or is the square just the natural square, or like what are we clicking? Are we clicking the mole, or are we clicking the square? I'm not sure, actually. Now I'm confused. But instead of doing click, I did write down somewhere in my note that instead of doing click, you're supposed to do mouse down. I would have never known this. So I definitely, when I saw that, I was like, I need to write this down. And then something with the function being like this, and then doing an arrow. I would not have known this part. So once I saw it, I was like, I gotta take a note of that. So what kind of game are you building? I'm currently building this whack-a-mole game. It's gonna be pretty damn lit. Oh, you meant to say JavaScript, my bad. No, I don't think I've ever made a swipe. I have not made a swipe. And if you mean like a swipe, like for instance, like, you know how you sometimes for the old iPhone, you have to like swipe in. If we're talking about like a swipe, no, I've never. But either way, I don't, if that's not what it is, I wouldn't have done it. I definitely wouldn't have done it. So let's keep this pushing. We got a square.add event listener mouse down. I've never used this type of add event listener, but I definitely have to take a note of that. But let's jump into this if statement, because we need to have this if statement to particularly, I guess, in a way, kind of, I think because what I'm doing here, it's supposed to handle the clicks. Oh, I do have something highlighting up here. What is this? Where did I go wrong? How do I see? Is it specifically this line? I got something going off here. I'm not sure. Let's drop that down. Oh wait, I guess that's just gonna do its own thing, but oh, something up here says is an unexpected unless it's messing up because of down here. Like, okay, let's write something. No, this is messing up on its own. Expected. What are they trying to say? Are they trying to say this needs one of these? No. Oh. I'm stupid. How could I forget that? I didn't even notice. So hi, what's the project about? This project is a whack-a-mole game. So I'm just trying to get everything all settled. But now we need to eventually get this to work. I feel like I'm missing something too, because I wrote something in my notes saying .id, but I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to be writing it at. I feel like it's supposed to be here. You say, random squares, parentheses are missing. Oh yes, I figured that out. But yeah, so also too, I don't know, it's like some of y'all might end up being new here, but unless I deliberately go chat, tell me the answer, you can help me, but don't try to tell me the answer, because I feel like, I be trying to get it on my own. So, but you could definitely help me. Like if it's noticing that I'm struggling, and you could definitely talk around the answer, you can 100% do that, but I like to see if I could try and get it on my own. But I did do it before you guys commented, but I just wanted to, let that be known. But if you're new here, man, hit that subscribe button. I've been documenting this journey since day 0. Literally have YouTube videos from day 0 to day now, like 125. I stream every single day. I go live every single day around 12 p.m. EST. And definitely join this journey, man. I've been trying to get my JS certification. I make projects. I have a barbershop little website that I'm creating on my YouTube channel. It's a pretty cool YouTube channel, so hit that subscribe button. But now, I remember putting .id somewhere on my paper, and then I think this is what I did. Because this .id property of the element interface represents the element's identifier reflecting the ID global attribute. And I think the reason why I knew that was because I'm supposed to put it here as well. And I think eventually you kind of use it for a while, right? Where you just do .id. But then now, what are we doing here though? Because if we're doing square.id, what are we equaling this to? You say feeling comfortable. Oh, hey, so line 8 and line 14 or even 13. So what am I going to be doing here? So I think I'm doing an if statement because we gotta see, because we're trying to make this where I'm assuming what if we hit the position of the mole, the score goes up, right? I'm pretty sure that's what we're trying to do. And then if you don't hit the position of the mole, I guess it will like reset, as in it will just go to the next one or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing here. Stopping, like, I'm not positive. But I think as of right now, let's just break this down slowly. We need to get it to where when we hit the position of the mole, the score goes up. So I just have to end up looking up, seeing what we got going on here. And we already did hit position equals random square. So now we're doing square.id. I'm assuming I would have to go hit position because the hit position is going to be where it's going to be, that's basically the hit position of the mole. But where I always get confused at is how is hit position representing this mole? You know what I mean? Unless I'm supposed to write a different piece of code, but it's like, how does it know that the mole is where I hit it? Is it this code up here? When I did it for this code, maybe? That's how they know what the mole is, and that's how they know when you hit it? I don't know. Maybe it's the code that I'm currently writing, honestly. So now from here, this should be easy. The score should just go up 1. And then last but not least, we need to have something that says that the score goes up 1. And I'm not sure because prompt is how you get something. So there needs to be something that's displayed, which should be simple now that I just said that out loud. Let's just go score display here. Score display dot text content. But I don't think do I need a variable called score display? Oh, you know what? I actually think I do. I need to do const score display. I'm surprised I did that backwards, to be honest. I was very confident that I wrote that variable, but I guess not. And then this should be easy because we just need to get the right here. So that should just be score. So get element by ID, and then that should just be score. I can't believe I did that backwards. I thought I declared this. So now, because I was like, I think this is supposed to be a variable, and it's not even there. It says there's probs on 8, 12, 13, and 14. Well, 8 doesn't even have anything. 12, 13, and 14. I mean, I guess we'll figure it out, honestly. I think I'm just gonna see after. Says, oh, actually, maybe not. Scope would be fine. Oh, okay. Okay. So we got score, display, text content, and then now we just need to be able to do one of those concatenations, I believe, where we have to plus the real score, but then we need the text that says the score in a way. Because right now we don't really have that going on for us. Well, we do, but I guess we need to write it in a way so that it could change. So I think we just go score, something like this, but I kind of want it uppercase. I think, and you might have to do the space, and then this would be plus score, like the variable. Something like this. But now I'm not sure if everything's supposed to still be written after this or not. I'm not positive because now my next goal, I don't know if I have another goal. I need to, I guess if I wanted to make it to where you hit a certain number, I did write that code earlier today. But I think I have to do I have to do hit position equals null? He says you wrote 9 after the ID. I did? Oh, shoot. What the hell? That is hilarious. I did not even notice that. Okay, so now I believe because we want to reset so you can't double click the same mole, I guess you would have to do null then. So I guess you would have to go hit. Sorry, my bad. I just realized how intently I was looking. But that's just so you can't end up hitting that twice. And then now I think we drop back into another if statement because this time we're going to, we probably could we have written this in the same thing? But now this is going to allow me to have a time limit. I don't have to add this, or not a time limit, but a certain number to hit. I don't have to add this, but I thought this would be a pretty cool thing to add. So we're gonna do if score equals, what number should we do? Like 30? Oh wait, that's crazy. If score equals 30, right? And then we're gonna get right up into this because I already know how to do this one because I was working on this one for a minute. For a literal minute, to the point where I understand now. So we gotta go mole timer. And that's because, excuse me, I wanna have a timer. He said, what's the intent class of mole? Oh, yes. Well, technically it's a mole, but it's just a picture of me. Technically it's a mole, but it's definitely a picture of me. But yeah, so if you guys are new here, man, make sure you end up hitting that sub button. Come join me on this journey. I'm currently grinding it out, trying to create this project and, you know, doing what everybody currently has asked for. So this is a pretty dope little project that I'm doing. Very happy to be doing it. Thank you to the new sub. I think I got 1 new sub this live stream. We're on the road to 1,070 subscribers. So, hey, hit that button. So we got this. Next, we got to, now if the mole timer is over, right, meaning you hit 30, that means the game, I need to do like something with the score display, like how I did earlier. So if you hit 30, we got to go score display dot text content is going to equal game over. Should be like game over. Let me see. Surprise, like I don't know what the hell. I guess we can go final score. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to say. Do space, and then you do plus score, because then now that's gonna end up showing it. I wonder, is the, oh, you know, I'm stupid. I was gonna say, I wonder if the game works, but I haven't even declared, you know, playing the game. It says I'm ready for the next project, YouTube clone. I would hope so. I would hope to do a YouTube clone one day, but I feel like that's just gonna take so much time out of my day. I mean, I probably could just do it all on live stream. But then again, I feel like the problem with doing stuff on live and creating like freehand projects is that a lot of people want to like put their input in it. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but they'll be like, oh, you should make this, you should make that. And I feel like sometimes like my skill set isn't that good. So it's like if you try to tell me to make something and then I'm probably not gonna listen to it, and then that turns people off the wrong way because I'm just not ready to add something extra that I'm not prepared for, you know? So I feel like building on stream sometimes can be a little bit, but not with like mini projects like this. This is different. No one really, you know, tries to do that. They know it's a mini project. They can probably tell based on the project that it's for a beginner. But when you try to do something like YouTube clone, then everybody be like, do this, do that. You said people will put input on everything every time. No, I mean, not really. Like what I mean by input, I mean like, because so far no one's done it for this project. Nobody's been like, oh, you know, for this project, try to do this, and that, and the third. Like, I mean input like in that way of being like, do this, do that. And then if you don't do it, they feel some type of way. That's why I kind of don't like building big projects on live, is because then people start to feel some type of way if you don't do what they want, but then you're getting, you know, so much like, oh, do this, do that from so much people. It's kind of impossible to get everybody. You know what I mean? So this function to move every mole. So now I need to make a function, because that was currently what I wrote in my notes, is that I need to make a function where you say I see like extra features. Yes, extra features. Like I'm okay with getting input on stuff like that's going to help literally make it. But then sometimes people just be like, make this extra. And it's like, I'm not going to know as much. Like if I knew JavaScript like the back of my hand, man, then trust me, I would do everything that people would say, because then I'll have fun. Like I'll know what the hell I'm doing. But then if you tell me to do something, I think there was one time someone recommended me to do something and it took me 40 minutes and I still didn't get it done. I was like, why did I waste my time? I was like, I should have just stopped. You said you have a suggestion. Damn, I cannot pronounce that word. Concept. Whoa. And I know how to say the word, but I'm struggling. He said, but I'll let you cook. I'm actually confused. If you're talking about like the way that I'm writing it, oops. But other than that, I wouldn't know. But now we need to get this mole to move. So of course we're gonna have to have a move mole function. But here, I don't think I know too much about this because I think in my notes, I just straight up, I think I just straight up wrote the code. Probably because I don't know too much about this. Oh, actually, you know what? It's not even that difficult. I don't know why I just straight up wrote it. Because all you gotta do is just do the timer. Set the interval. Yeah, I straight up just wrote the code for this one. It probably was because I felt like I wouldn't have remembered it. But I'm definitely gonna hop on here tomorrow, and I'm gonna see now that I've finally written everything with a little bit of my notes. Hopefully I could end up doing this on my own, full blown tomorrow. I mean, this was kind of on my own. I didn't have too much notes. I just had certain like things that said this, that, the third. It says, have you tapped into classes on JavaScript yet? I do plan on doing that. But no, I have not tapped into them. Nope. I've currently just been learning on my own so far. I don't really have enough time for classes. So, and then, like I said, I don't really have a time limit of when I want to learn all of this. So I might move slow, it might go fast, who knows? Because I do plan on, I have a lot of plans, you know, like by January, I hope I will know JavaScript, hopefully before then as well. But if I don't, it's like, who cares? You know, this isn't the end of the world to me. I'm just currently, you know, I think I gotta activate this now. But I'm just currently, you know, doing what I want to do. You know, it's fun for me. So for me, I don't really have too much of a time limit, but I do plan on enrolling back into college. I want to say next year, September. Or I was thinking about possibly doing January because I completed one semester. So I was thinking if I did January, I could at least finish a school year. So I'm debating on how that works. We said, oh, actually, I do see a problem you're going to run into for sure. Okay, let's see. What line is the issue on? I'm going to run it first to see if it works. Okay, never mind. Definitely missed something. So I have a type error with class list of undefined reading class list at random square. And then I got another one. Oh, I got the same thing with class list. There's two type errors. I can say the damn word. Errors. Alright, so is that where all of this failure is coming from? So, where's my type error? Because this looks right to me, right? Because you got dot class list, uppercase L dot add mul. Am I not supposed to do? I honestly can't even find my other class list, bro. Oh, they're right under each other. What the hell? So, I'm actually confused. What's going on with my class list here? Oh, I see the problem. One of them is supposed to remove, one of them is supposed to add. I'm stupid. I think it's this one. I'm not positive. So you're going to run up the score when you click once. It's basically the entire block 18. The entire block 18. So I've written something wrong in here. If square ID equals hit position, score plus plus, score display, hit position equals null. And then we got 30, mul timer, score display. I honestly don't see it. But let me just see real quick if this is working. Alright, the game itself is not even working, so now we do have an error. We do have a bit of an error here. Okay. So we got the .ids are here. We switched this to remove. I might have to look at my reference code because I do have a reference code here. Let me see my reference code. So we got, yeah, class list, remove the mul, then add the mul, store the mul's position. That looks fine. So maybe it is 18. I think 18 would be, yeah, so squares for each. So what did I write? I think I did that. Mouse down, hit position, plus plus, null, clear interval, mul timer. Clear. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Oh no, that's the right one. Oh damn, my laptop's dying. Ah. That'd be crazy. If my laptop died midstream, insane. You said because of the space, by the way, because of the space between random square. Because of the space between, wait, random square and line 18? Say sorry, I feel like I'm doing the thing you asked us not to do. No, this is okay. I'm trying to figure out exactly, oh. Is that it? Or is there more? Oh, there's more. Why is this not playing? Am I supposed to put the function at the bottom? Well, no, that's not what I did before, is it? No, I only did mole timer. I mean move mole. Wait, what did I put? Oh, I put move mole. Okay. So now that was something. I missed a space. I mean, I had a space. Random square, scores for each. Say no 9. Well, there are more. Show the browser console for a moment. For some reason, the browser console is trying to tell me something. Well, let's see if they changed it now. Yeah, it's trying to tell me something for class list. But I don't feel like I'm doing that wrong. Oh, I see how this keeps going up. So you're right. Something's looping that isn't supposed to be looping. And that's line 14. Something's looping that isn't supposed to be looping on line 14. Okay, never mind. That's not what that's saying. Oh, it is sending me here for some reason. Cannot read properties of undefined readings class list. Oh, is it my mole? Am I supposed to do like a hashtag or something? You should check your console for errors. Best practice, don't play guessing and coding. You'll catch a lot of these before you even look at this. So line 14 is undefined. Okay, that's what that's basically saying. So line 14, add a class list. Let random square equal dot class list dot add mole. That's weird though, because it worked down here. So I'm wondering, why did it work down here but not up here? Dot add mole. Dot remove the mole. Const squares dot square dot score. Remove the moles. I think it might clash with the name. But the thing is random square isn't undefined, though. That's the problem. Random square is defined. This is the definition. This is it being defined now. I'm making a whack-a-mole game, currently struggling. So your function and var name the same thing, but that's what I did down here and it worked. So like my function having the same, like if I undo this and then I do the other one, this works. Because it has the same thing. Or does it not? Because my function, where's my function at? Yeah, random square and then random square. So when I had it here, this was working. So that can't be it. I don't know what the hell is going on. Squares dot for each. So that doesn't have a class list property. How do you prove that random square is defined? I thought this was random square being defined, but then I'm guessing it's not. So then I'm guessing this is not random square being defined, but I mean, my thing is, I feel like, hold on. If y'all could tell me the difference between this code, tell me the difference between this code here and then the code up there. Like, what am I doing that's not the same? You're saying that doesn't have a classless property. How do you prove console log squares and random squares so you can see if it's defined? Oh, based indexed. Don't play guessing game and coding. You gotta prove it. No, I'm wrong. So, because my thing is like, I feel like the way you guys are saying it's gonna confuse me. So the best way for me to do it is, what is the difference from here and then what I wrote up there? That's the only thing for me to get myself to understand it, because this works. This all works. But I swore I wrote this exact thing up there. So that's why I'm trying to find the difference, because this here works. So what is not working up there? You said we're totally confusing you. I'm definitely getting confused by what's being said. Cause that's my only thing. Function, random square. Cause I can't really see the difference. Squares dot for each. Square. Arrow. I still feel like it's probably gonna be a damn space. Then you got the arrow. And then you got square dot classless dot remove mul. Am I spelling square wrong? Oh, okay. Why the hell does square look so ugly? He's saying, I think I know what it is. Scroll up, don't ask for a solution, ask for an explanation. Just change it to let random square 2, don't play guessing games. No, well, my thing is, okay, hold on. Because everybody's telling me two different things. Someone answer my question. What is the difference between this here and what I wrote up there? That's the only answer I want to know. That's why I keep coming down here. What is the difference between this and what I wrote up? So everyone look at this. I need to know the difference, because this here works. If I take this out and I decide to put a comment in the other one, this will start working. You know what I'm saying? So it's saying no CW is saying copy your math function, and then run it in your console and see what you get. My thing is like, I just want this to be answered. Says you need to print out something to prove instead of guessing. I'm not guessing. I'm telling, like, we all need to regroup. What is the difference between here and up there? And I'm just genuinely asking. I need to know the difference. I don't need to prove anything. I just want to see what is this difference, because I'm confused why the top half, I'm being told to change it when this here works. You know what I mean? So show the code above, because my best guess is that you try to access invalid index from the array of squares. Okay, so now let's see. Because I'm about to, you know what, actually I think I'm going to take a picture. Hold on real quick. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to scroll back down. I'm going to take a picture of this code here, because I need to see what the actual difference is instead of trying to do what everything else, okay, so we got this, squares dot for each, because I'm trying to see if it's like a space, because this works. So square dot class list dot remove mul. So let random square equals squares math.floor math.random. Okay, got that. That looks good. Random square dot class list dot add mul. That looks good. Hit position. Is it uppercase? Yep. And random square dot ID. So then I wrote this the exact way it's supposed to be written. And then let me see if I declared anything at the top. Well, I declared squares. So dot square. Oh, that's what I'm messing up on. This needs a dot square. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Am I looking at the wrong thing? Or does that need a dot square? Oh yes. Okay, that needs a dot square. So that's where I was going wrong. But there's probably more. So I'm getting squares from the query selector dot square, which I messed up on. But it says programming is realistic, is not gambling or guessing what the problem is. My thing is CW, I actually looked at the air, like I know you want me to type it inside of something, but the thing is for me, there's no point to do that if I already have my reference code and I already know what's wrong and what works. That's why I keep saying that I already have this code here, and right here, this works. So that's all I'm trying to say. If you have diagnostics displaying inside your IDE, you catch all of this as you write. No, I'm okay with that though. I like catching it later. I'm okay with that. But that's why I kept trying to say, like, what is this? Because I already knew that this all worked and everyone's trying to tell me this doesn't work. But this does work because I've done this before and it works. So that's why I kept saying, what is the difference? Because I'm literally trying to ask, because you guys are basically trying to get me to reframe this whole thing that already works. So what I realized is I think I'm getting my squares from the wrong spot. I believe I was supposed to do dot square, which is why everything was acting up. And then now I need to be able to do this. So I'm not guessing. I knew basically what the issue was, which is why I was doing what I was doing. But it's better to learn while you struggle. Like, I feel like struggling is truly the best way to learn. Truly. But now he's saying if the issue was a selector dot square, that means that you had an empty array and you wanted to access index 1 of array of 0, and the variable that you found from the class list would be undefined. So you're basically saying the dot square wasn't the issue? Real quick. So then now we got, wait, where is this? Where am I at right now? So now we got this one here. Squares for each. I just want to make sure everything looks good. You got mouse down. There's nothing going on with the spaces here. Hit position, score plus plus, score display. Everything looks good here. And then you got if score. I don't know if that has to be right up under it, but I guess we'll just try that. Oops. We got if score equals 30 because I want to be able to do this part. Mole timer, yada yada. And then, oh, I think that was it. That's all I showed myself. And then what? This was to be function move mole. And then mole timer equals set interval to random square, set 900, move mole. Okay, hopefully that runs through. There we go. Yes. See, I told y'all it was the dot square. All y'all are coming at me as if I don't know what I'm doing. I was telling y'all something was going on. Like, I was like, the code is written perfectly fine. But let's see if this stops at 30, though. Let's see if this stops at 30. But I was literally telling y'all, I'm like, the code is written perfectly fine. I don't need to change nothing. There we go. I don't need to change nothing. I had a feeling it was something with up here. Thank God I saw it. Just try to change something, then see if it works. If not, then change it back. I'm saying that dot square was 100% the issue. Oh, you were saying it was the issue. For sure, if you have other issues right now. No, yeah, see, now everything works. So like I was saying, I knew what I was doing, man. Talking about, like something about guessing. Nobody was guessing. I knew what I was saying. I was saying the whole time, this was perfectly fine. I'm so upset, man. Oh, then this lasted dumb long. I was supposed to be planning for a different project. But yes, y'all, we finally got it. We finally got it to work. I knew what I was talking about. And thank God I was not listening though, because like some of y'all were really trying to get me to like reframe this stuff or to like do something different. I don't know. It was crazy. And I was like, I am not trying to sit here and touch any of this when I know this is right. But thank God it was the dot square. Woo! That would have been terrible, man. So now we finally got this damn game to work. I just was doing the wrong thing. But here we go. Now you got Whack-A-Marzi. Actually, I should change the name to just be Whack-A-Marzi because it's literally a picture. Oops. It's literally a picture of me. I want to get it to where if you miss that, like let's say I end up hitting like here, I want it to be that either the score would drop down or you lose. Actually, you know what? You lose, I feel like, would be a good one. That probably would be a good feature to add. He said, okay, you win. I'm saying, man, like, I knew it. Everyone trying to say, like, people were saying to run, like, something. I don't even know what the hell it was. To run something. I'm like, but I know. I kind of figured where I was going wrong, but I just didn't know it was up there. But okay. We finally got that done. And I kind of lasted on stream a little bit longer than I was supposed to. You said you should make the screen shake. Ooh, that would be crazy. Actually, if y'all let me know any of the features you feel like I should add to that game, I'll definitely go live and do that. So I'm going to put features to add on my notebook. You put screen shake. Hopefully I could do that with JavaScript. I wouldn't know how to do it, but I'll teach myself, okay? I'll teach myself. So we're going to go for the screen shake. I want to do something where you lose if you hit the wrong square. So lose if you hit wrong square. Which, that should be easy. No, I wasn't guessing where it is. Because basically what I was trying to say is because everyone was trying to tell me to do something with the piece of code that was popping up as the error. So I already seen what the error was. I wasn't guessing. The error was saying that it wasn't defined. Now, where I got a little bit difficulty at was that I was trying to see what specifically wasn't defined because I thought maybe it was the mole. But then when I figured out they're talking about the actual square, then that's what made me basically go up to the top. But people, and I don't know if it was you or if it was somebody else, but you guys were making me think that it was my actual code, like everything that I've written in that code. Because I don't remember who exactly said it, but they were saying that that whole piece of code was written incorrectly. So I was like, what? So then when I seen that message, now I'm looking at it, and that's why I kept asking. I'm like, what is the difference between this code and this code? Because it could have been a space. But it wasn't that I was guessing. I really legit wanted someone to tell me because the same person trying to tell me the thing was different, I wanted them to tell me where the difference was, which they clearly couldn't say because no one was trying to tell me the difference. So I was just like, okay, so I knew I had that part right. I was like, maybe they probably mistakenly wrote that or they probably thought that and it was wrong. So then when no one would tell me that, I already knew the code was right. I already knew I needed to go to the variable at the top. Now at that point, I just needed to make sure that it was written correctly, which is why when I scrolled up and I seen that there was no dot, I was like, oh. But the reason why it took a while was simply because someone pointed out that it was wrong. You know what I mean? So, okay, chat, please stop guessing. She was right already. Wait, what? Alright. Yo, I'm crying. Alright, never mind. Never mind, y'all. Never mind. I can't even say it. At this point, you're just trolling, brother. Like, I can't. I'm dead. Oh my goodness. They said it would be easier with CS than JS, but both are good. No, facts though. Facts. I'm definitely am trying to. I feel like it probably would have 100% been easier with CSS, but I am trying to get JS to definitely work, man. Thank you, CW. Thank you, thank you. Make sure y'all end up hitting that subscribe button, man. This was truly a journey, truly going through it, just for there to be a misdefined dot square. Okay, but it was quite easy. I'm very happy that I was able to get that done. Truly, man, I've been documenting my journey since day 0. Super, super fun. And currently I should be going live. I want to say I should be going live every single day, normally around 12 p.m. EST, so definitely tune into my lives. I built this crazy project. It was super, super damn fun. Stream over, well, not really. I'm gonna keep chatting it up with y'all. If y'all have any questions, y'all can definitely ask me. I want to chat it up a little bit, and then I will be hopping off. So if there's any questions, anything y'all gotta ask, say, definitely let me know. If y'all have any ideas for tomorrow's stream that you think would be very helpful, let me know about that too. You said I only met, media query. Oh, you haven't done media queries yet? Oh, it disappeared. I don't know why it disappeared. I have no idea why it disappeared. But yeah, we're now at 1,163 subscribers. That is what's up. This is a pretty lit stream. Very happy to be able to get this done. You said I only completed media queries yet, not even completed in 1 hour is over. Oh my goodness. Oh, damn. Damn. I hate media queries. They're not too bad, though. You said, I don't know, I guess we should be doing at least React.js. I actually made a video on why I currently am not going to be using React, if you want to check that video out. But yeah, I'm trying to make videos for stuff that people normally reoccurringly say. So I have a video out for that one if you want to check that out on why I won't use React. But short answer, I would say, is that I do plan on using React in the future. I just currently want to use vanilla JS as of right now. But definitely is what I'm moving towards. Says React is not a good decision right now. She needs more JS to transition to specific framework like React. Big facts. That's exactly what I'm saying, KB. But I do have a YouTube video for that, especially why I won't use Tailwind React and or like just any type of framework, any type of library. I refuse. I really just want to learn it all vanilla. I think that's the funnest way to learn it, the coolest way to learn it, and it's just gonna be pretty good. You know. Let's keep this pushing. So this video ended up doing pretty good. I'm not gonna cap. Okay. So how did y'all enjoy this live stream? My struggling, my suffering. I was going through it. No, not gonna lie. But we finally did it. It says just learn it 2-in-1. No, I think I'm good because last time I tried to learn something and I felt like I rushed it. It actually ended up like backtracking me a lot. So I feel like for me, like I'm just trying to go with how I know I learn as a person. And I think the best way for me to learn is to just do it vanilla and then just hop into React because I just don't, I don't know. But so she doesn't know JS that well, she can't separate what pure React specific. Yeah, exactly. It says, how can one consider himself as job ready in this field? There are a lot of things to learn. Honestly, I feel like if there's like this thing called imposter syndrome that a lot of people end up feeling, especially when they're actually at a job. And it's because there is so much to learn and there is so much that you're not going to understand. And then so you start feeling like, should you even be working there? Should you even be doing this? Like you're, but I think in the end, the good thing is that a lot of people have that feeling. I guess the bad, or not the bad thing, but the good thing is that a lot of people have that feeling. And the good thing is that you should just keep learning. I feel like being job ready I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know how to know if you're job ready. I would have no idea. But there's just so many things that you can learn that I feel like maybe when you learn enough to probably do like front end or back end or something like that, maybe you could be considered job ready, but to never settle, to always learn. If you settle, then you probably wouldn't be job ready, or even if you got the job and you settle, you're probably going to get fired because they really want people that are going to just keep learning. So it's okay to learn multiple stuff at once, especially in today's web dev industry. No, but that's the problem though. If I try to learn multiple things at once, I'm not going to learn at all. That's my issue. Especially with the way that I know like my learning capabilities. Like if I'm not understanding it to like its depth, then I feel like for me, and I know you can't be a master of it like overnight, but if I'm not understanding it to a good like foundation, I'm not going to understand anything else. So that's why like there's a lot of times where if you subscribe, you follow my journey on my lives, there's a lot of times where like yesterday or 2 days ago, I was doing free code camp and they introduced me to regex. Now, I obviously ran through the free code camp questions, but I actually decided to stop because if I kept going, it was going to lead me down a path of not understanding anything, even though I could have kept going because it probably would have just kept making me use regex and I could have understood it eventually, but I preferred to get the actual definition, or not the actual definition, but solve problems to get myself to understand it to the point where I still don't know regex, but it's okay. We're still learning. But he said, because tech is really leaving us behind. It says, and you know what is scary? The tech itself is being automated, which means it's learning faster than us. No, big facts. It is true. But at the end of the day, that's why you have to get to a position where you can learn how to learn how to work with AI, which means, just being more of a problem solver and more of a debugger. Because the thing is like, we're probably not going to be having to write as much code anymore, but you are going to be able to, you still need to know how to read it, how to debug it if AI fumbles the bag, because AI still can't write large pieces of code. They can definitely write code, but you probably going to have to be the one to try and connect that code together. So you just got to get yourself to a point where you're understanding AI. And if you could do that on top of still knowing how to code, if AI is just clearly fumbling, I think you should be good. So don't make my mistakes. I used to think learning one at a time is stable, but you can actually learn the complete code at once. I mean, maybe it's a possibility, but I don't think I'm gonna do it just because I know myself. If I try to implement too many things at the same time, I will fumble the bag. I already know how I am. But I'm also too, for me, I don't care for this to be like a career thing. Because I have a job outside of this that, pays the bills, it pays the car, it pays phone bill, right? It pays everything. So for me, I don't need coding. So I just feel like for me, like even I currently do this as a hobby. I would love for this to become an income. It would be super cool just because it's like a passion of mine. It's a hobby, like I said. But for me, this isn't like a life or death situation. I have a job outside of this. There's different paths I can go in my life if I ever wanted to make more money, like getting a CDO, getting going into construction, getting into maintenance. There's so many different paths you can get into in life. Shoot, if I wanted to say, F it, I'm gonna switch it up, become a doctor. There's so many different ways I could go. So for me, since it's not life or death to me, I don't care to learn it as fast as I can, or I don't care to learn it by a time limit, because I don't expect this to take over my main income for years. This is just something I'm doing on the side that I enjoy. I would love to make a couple extra bucks, if I could do it as like a side hustle or freelance gig. Hopefully can make like 200, maybe 400 a month off of making websites. Obviously not in the beginning, but hypothetically in the future. That's probably the only thing I would want to do. But moving to like an actual job, I mean, if I, got the offer, like I applied to jobs and they accepted me, I probably would go and take the job. But I'm not even thinking about it in that way no more. The only way I think about it is just making websites for small entrepreneurs for like $50 for a couple hours and doing that, probably getting like 5 people a month, keep putting them on hosting plans. Like that's the only thing I'm thinking of, but it doesn't need to cover my bills. I don't need to be in tech. I just would love to be. But if this isn't going to be the way it goes, there's so many different ways that you could end up going in life. This is not life or death for me. But you said tech is multiple layers today. Very rarely does software still use only primitive languages only. No, yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely crazy with the way things are going. You're saying, oh my gosh, please charge more. No. I mean, of course, if I'm doing, well, in the beginning, I probably would charge cheap because for me, like I always tell people, shoot for experience, not money. Shoot for experience, not money. So if you're noticing that you're charging people like $100 per website and no one's buying it, but if you were to charge 30, but people are doing it, it's like choose the experience over the money, because the person that's choosing experience is eventually going to make that money in the future. But if you keep charging 50 and then or 100 and no one's buying it, it's like, who's really making money? The person who's charging 30. You know what I mean? But, so I used to freelance full time though, so here's the thing. But really, the main thing I think that to make the money for, it should be the hosting. You're trying to get people to be on like a hosting plan, because then that should be where you end up making a lot of your money from, or consistent money from. So $100 per website, what my team lead charge that per the hour. No, yeah, definitely if you're working for a company, they definitely do charge more. I mean, you definitely would charge more for a website, just because you're probably working for a company that does that type of work, that line of work. But if you're working for yourself, I feel like when you first start off, you do got to set your price low. It devalues the other freelancers also trying to make a living. Don't chase money, make money chase you. No, big facts. That's why the goal, like I said, is to chase experience. But you're saying it devalues the other freelancers, but well, technically, I guess you're not trying to devalue the other freelancers. You're just trying to get yourself to get experience. So when you charge low, you're making it to where they're not choosing the other freelancers. They're going to choose you. And then because of that, now you're building up clientele. And then what you're going to do is slowly raise that price so that you can eventually get to a good price that you are good, that you're fine with. And then from there, now not only did you just build clientele, you probably got some of them on hosting fees. Now you're able to finally start charging more because you built the experience. Because imagine I hop out and I'm like, I'm going to charge $350 for a website and I'm new to freelancing. They're not going to buy my website. That's just not possible. They're going to ignore my website because this person over here who's charging $350 has experience. They built their way to be able to charge $350. If I'm just starting on my first website, there's no way you can charge $350. It's not possible. We saying charge what your value skill is. I don't know. I have to disagree, but maybe you were a full-time freelancer, so maybe you know what you're talking about. But I personally think that you shouldn't start with a higher price. Like walking in being like, I have no experience. I've been just coding on the side, but here's $350. Like, I'm gonna make you this website. People aren't gonna pay that. Says you got hella people wishing they could pay $350 for a site. Well, no, well, maybe, okay, you know what? Actually, I think we're thinking about two different types of people. Because I'm thinking about small people, like not small people, like small businesses, like a barber. Those are the people I want to make websites for. So maybe now we can understand. Because a barber is not about to pay no 1,000 for a website. Like a small barber working on their own, working inside, they're not going to pay 1,000. You know what I mean? So it says you could do 350 if you're gonna work with someone who experienced in backend maybe. Well, you don't really need backend that much for like unless you're making a huge project or a huge app for like a big company, maybe you will need backend. But I'm thinking like if I'm making a website for a barber who locally like works from their, from like a little studio that they bought out, they're not gonna pay no 350 or more for a website. They probably don't even know. Right? Like, they probably won't care. If I come up to them like, yo, you're like a freelance barber, I can make you a website for 500. They're gonna say, hell no. They're gonna be like, fuck that. I'd rather keep this 500, make more money dealing with these clients. You know what I mean? You say you guarantee a barber will pay you that? I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think back in the day, freelancing was easier. But I think now, because there's so much people trying to do it, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, that does sound good on paper, but I'm able to learn freely right now is because my parents are supporting me financially so I can invest time for the future without burden. Who are you responding to CW? I'm not sure. Because you can work for free to get some skills and experience. No, facts, that's what I'm saying. But for now, this is perfectly fine. So money is whatever, but later just add money per hour, total hours. No, yes, I already know about that because that's going to be my goal is to try and at least, get paid like try to do more, like do it by the hour, basically. But it says backend opens a new can of worms. Yeah, nobody pays you for extra backend code if it's not valuable to them. No, exactly. They're not gonna care for that, especially if it's someone like I said, a small entrepreneur. They don't care how the website is made. They just want the damn website. So as long as the website looks good. But it says I saw the MIT AI Summit and a few startup founders. The one thing I observed is they don't see price at the beginning. They see the market because at the end quality may overtake the subscription. I mean, that could be true. But I honestly think, maybe if it were to come to like mid business owners or huge business owners, of course, they're going to purchase the expensive one because the expensive one is probably going to be the value of that person. They're going to pay that pay. But if I'm really doing Joe down the street who cuts hair, he's not about to pay no 1,500 or 350 for a website. That's just not happening. Especially when I come up to him and say, by the way, I have no experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because my Instagram account is literally not going to have no pictures of no websites because he is going to be my first client. He's not going to pay that as a first client. That's just not possible. He's literally going to be like, hell no. Like, I'm not paying no damn 350. I don't even know you. What could you do? Do you have any work you could show me? I'll be like, I got some templates. No, like work you did for other clients. Well, you're my first client. They're not going to take that shit. They're going to be like, hell no. I'd rather pay $350 for Tim, who's made 50 websites and showed me their templates, and I talked to 3 of Tim's associates who have these websites from Tim. I'm choosing Tim. You know what I mean? So she's doing for small business owners as target market. They are budget conscious. Yes, that's basically what I'm saying. Thank you so much, CW. It's like, since they're small business owners, they're not going to pay that price. And I don't plan on, at some point, I probably could get into bigger business owners or like mid business owners, like people who own shops and stores and stuff. But I feel like for the time being, to just make a couple bucks on the side, my immediate target is going to be small business owners. Because I think, though it's not going to have that much pay for it, like I said, it's about experience. I don't care about pay. But though it's not going to have that much space for it, that much pay for it, is going to be a good amount of people who are more likely going to be willing to say yes to a website because they're going to want one. But on top of that, it's still going to be a little bit cheaper, so they're going to still say yes. And then now you kind of just are building this clientele of just small business owners. I think it's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm not thinking money, I'm thinking experience. Because with all that experience, I could probably translate that to the bigger projects for people who do own, more higher businesses that will pay more. But that's just, future down the line. Besides, I don't mean to be rude, but it's been 126 days and you are still doing DOM manipulation. What is your goal? Well, if you've been here before, I've actually always stated that it kind of feels like, even though I'm 4 months in, that it kind of feels like I'm really like 2 months in, because when I first started, I tried doing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, but then by month 2, that actually backtracked me to have to restart. So even though I'm 4 months in, I had to restart everything because I didn't remember JavaScript, I didn't remember HTML, CSS, like it screwed me up. So then when I finally got back into it, overtime season started happening at my job. So now I only get an hour a day to learn how to code, so I don't get to learn too much. Like, of course, there's going to be other people who, they're kind of funded for the moment, so they don't have to go to work as often as I do. I still have to pay my bills at this apartment. I got to pay my car insurance. I got to pay the phone. There's still hella shit I got to sit here and pay for. So for me, I can't be like, screw work, let me focus on coding. No, I only got an hour a day. So yes, it's technically been 126 days, but it really feels like I've been learning for like 2 months deep down. So my goal though is to eventually become a freelance web developer, but I don't really have a time limit. I said this a little bit earlier, but I don't need this to be a job. I already work a good job that pays everything for me. And if I ever needed more money, there's so many different routes that I can end up going. I simply do this as a side hustle. So even if it took me 500 days, like 2 years straight, right? Or, well, I think that's not 2 years, but let's say 2 years straight. Like, I wouldn't care because I don't need this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do it because I love it. I do it because it's fun. I do it because I love the fan base that I have here. Like, it is super, super amazing. But this isn't something that I need. This isn't something that like, oh my God, my life is going to fall apart. So for me, I would love to be a freelancer, but I don't really care what happens, right? But I'm trying to do everything that I can. But it says, but you need to maintain the web for hosting for them or let them maintain the hosting. No, yeah, but when it comes to hosting for them, most of the time it's not that much work. Like there's certain things like, yeah, if they text you and they're just like, okay, can you change this? Can you do that? But it's not going to be as much work as it is to make an actual website. So for me, it's like hosting their website shouldn't be too difficult. And then I'm hoping that they don't want to host their own damn website. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm like, no, please. I'm gonna make it sound crazy. I'm gonna be like, you're gonna have to do this. No, I'm just playing. But hopefully, man, they will let me do the hosting, because then I could charge them that hosting fee. And then that's really where the big money starts to come, because that hosting fee, even though it's gonna be cheaper, it's like eventually that's going to end up adding up month by month by month from different clients. Then eventually, at some point you're going to be making like a static certain amount of pay a month, and that's going to be pretty damn dope. You said a platform for shop owners to host their services. You can cut down hosting charges and add a platform fee. Ooh. Maybe I could. Maybe that is better. I'll take a screenshot of that one. But it says, no, I mean payment for the domain name per year and all that. Well, there's a hosting place where you could, I forgot what it's called. Oh my goodness. But it doesn't cost that much. But I don't think, but you're saying a payment for the domain? Are you talking about like, I'm not sure. Because if you're talking about like where they're going to have their websites like online, if that's not what you're talking about, then I don't know what you're talking about. But if we're talking about having their websites online, I've looked at a couple of hosting places that are pretty cheap, that you don't need to pay too much for. Says, are you on other apps? Followers equal credibilities nowadays. I do have my Instagram, but I have not been building my Instagram yet because I don't really have too much websites to put on there just yet. So I am definitely on Instagram. It's MarzyJourney09, but I have not really done anything to make it look professional just yet. But I do plan on doing that. Says, yep, I do 2 to 5 years for mine, but annual is the most common. No, yeah. Okay. It says Netfly or Net. Whoa, why can't I pronounce that? Netlify hosting. I think that was the one I was thinking of, but there's also another one. It says you pay $10 a month, you charge $20. But yeah, basically, and then you just end up making an income slowly as it adds up. It's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. If you're new here, man, make sure y'all end up hitting that subscribe button. I know that I haven't been coding as of right now, but definitely hit that sub button. That's something that I actually don't know what the hell has been going on, because normally when I would live stream, I would get and I still get the same amount of views, like around 200, 300, like afterwards, everything will add up. But then what's been happening lately is normally I would get like 5 subs or 10 subs a live stream. Now it's like I could literally only get like 1. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But I guess I must have had a really good month last month. But this month is everything slowing down. I mean, this month is still pretty good. I think so far, just starting in August, August 14th, I already got 200 subs. in the month of August. But last month I had like 450. So I was kind of assuming that it was going to stay the same. But hey, I got to remember that YouTube is up and down. Even though I'm not getting the subs like how I used to, at least I still hit 1,000 subs. That's still amazing. That's still pretty good. And I'm very happy about that. And I can still average some pretty good views on here or on these other videos that I be posting. So definitely happy about that. But thank y'all for coming along with me. I am going to end up hopping off this live. If you guys have any final words to say, we'll see. But if you guys just ended up hopping in, or if you've been here, you've been chatting it up, but you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. I go live every single day, 12 p.m. EST, so y'all can definitely chat it up with me. Come join me. And then on top of that, I post YouTube videos every other day, so I'm very consistent about that, and they be pretty, the videos be pretty good. You said you need to update your thumbnail game, get a better background. Okay, so I guess my thumbnail game definitely needs to be upgraded. But currently though, I do try to learn a little bit more about thumbnails. But the thing is though, because I think I don't remember if someone else said something about my thumbnails, but what's crazy though is that my click-through rate has went higher. So it's like, I know my thumbnails are good to an extent, but now I do need to continue to upgrade there. Like, that's just the best thing about life in general, or like with YouTube and live streams and, you know, just coding. It really shows me how like you could really go from like sucking to like doing things like really good, or you can go from not knowing anything to knowing something. Like, I really love the way life really is, man. It really is like amazing. She says she needs continuous payment from the business owners to maintain the website hosting. No, yeah, facts. That's basically what I'm saying. But no, yeah, so definitely, like, I'm so happy, man, because like I remember back in the day, my thumbnails used to be way worse than they were now. So it's like, I definitely made progress with my thumbnails, but of course I just got to continue to upgrade just like any other time, you know what I'm saying? So, I just love this journey, man. I truly, truly love this journey. And I'm so happy too, because my click-through rate went up when I changed my thumbnails. So I was like, okay, so my thumbnails are doing pretty good, but now I just need to continue to just elevate, continue to upgrade, continue to just get better, man. That would be amazing. Another thing too that I need to do is I feel like the video quality, I think, needs to be better, because sometimes you could tell when I rush a video out and I'm just like rushing it. I don't really care what's going on the screen. And that's something too that I need to really focus on. But I'm just trying to get better every single day. You know, as long as I get 1% better every day, man, I'm doing something right. And I'm just so excited to be on this damn journey, bro. So excited to be on this damn journey. It's truly, truly amazing. It says, it says there are a lot of them already on the other fields, Airbnb, for example, but as they increase in numbers, it becomes difficult for small scale people to use it. Then those companies appoint support teams. It says, if it's truly small business, a lot of providers will be near to free for low traffic, at least for my apps, besides domain name payment. But alright, y'all, I'm gonna end up heading out. Hope y'all ended up enjoying. Deuces, I'll be catching y'all later.